While I'm taking my time to share different categories with you, not all these categories can be done by mini importers. So it's just good you know that these categories exist, so that if you are expanding in the nearest future, when you want to expand, you know that there's a category for you. In fact, the categories on e-commerce platforms are limitless right now, and as time goes on, they continue to expand. So whichever business you want to go into, whichever category, there is a spot for you. But as a mini importer, starting from the ground level, not all these categories are applicable in terms of finance and cost of running them. So we talked about home and office. We also have a subcategory called appliances, where you have the cookers, the dishwashers, the fans, and the rest of them. We also have the what they call it subcategories, where you have tools and home improvement. So you have the home decor, you have the kitchen and baits features. So you have a lot of things under here. Home office products. There are a lot of office products that are being sold online. Most of them are very handy, very lightweight, and people import them. So you could also look into that if that is an area that interests you. We have come to the fashion category. This is a very exciting category because fashion is the biggest, at the time, fashion was the biggest category on Jumia and also Konga. This category has a lot of shoppers because by psychology, people are known to buy what they want, not what they need. People spend more money on what they want. So if this is what they want, they spend money. If this is what they need, they procrastinate. So most times when you sell what people want to buy, they buy it immediately. When you sell what people need to buy, they take time to buy it. You could research the difference between want and need. Want is something that somebody just feel like. Need is something like layman's explanation now. It's obliged. You need to go to school. You need to pass an examination. So you need to buy books that will make you pass an examination. What do children do? What do young people do? They actually buy movies or they buy games. Those are things they want, not what they need. So they spend more money on movies, they spend more money on clothes, they spend more money on, I'm talking about students now, they spend more money on beauty rather than spending money on books and things that will develop them. So under fashion as a category, we have the subcategory, which is women fashion. So you can see we have clothing, we have shoes, we have accessories, we have sunglasses, we have watches. In fact, I know of a seller that does only female shoes and only female high heel shoes, nothing more. So he doesn't put his attention on clothing or shoe accessories or sunglasses, just shoes. And the person has become an authority in that area. So if you pick a niche or pick a category, you will do far better than somebody that is doing a whole category or doing the whole business. So you just need to pick a subcategory and work with it. So we have another subcategory, men's fashion. You can also see clothing, shoes, accessories, similar, but it's for men. So this is a unisex category. You can decide to do for only women, or you decide to do for only men. When you try to run the both of them, it's the cost of it becomes too much running it and implementing. Remember the SWOT analysis. So you need to know your strengths and your weakness. Some people have strengths for talking to women or knowing women stuff, or they have that zeal and likeness for that, while others do not. So you need to know that. So another subcategory, we have fabrics. So health and beauty. This is another big category on the e-commerce platform. Most people right now focus on fragrances. Most people just fragrances. You could Google it and you see that's what they do, and that's what they've been doing for the past 3 years. Only fragrances, and it's selling a whole lot on Jumia, selling a whole lot on Konga as their business. So Health and beauty is large. It's really large. People want to look good all the time, especially ladies. So people focus on lady beauty stuffs and they make a whole lot of money from it. So you have the subcategory fragrances. You have men fragrances, you have women fragrances, you have just pick one subcategory and start from there. Then you can expand or graduate into other ones. So now you have the other subcategory, healthcare. This one is what people need and is what people want. Sometimes people spend more money here because health is wealth. When you are in a dying situation, you get any kind of health care that will take you to where you are supposed to be. So we have another subcategory. We have hair care. We have subcategory. We have extensions. We have wigs. We have hair accessories. We have men's growing. This one, men's grooming. This one has been so good for some period now. It has been selling so well online. Everywhere you look, you see people want to grow their beards, you want to grow their hair, you want to grow. So it's been selling massively. So you have another subcategory, personal care. Yes, this sells a lot. So I think a lot of people will fall under this, but you need to know your strengths, you need to know your weakness, you need to know that, just so you know. And let's see, gaming. It will shock you to know that gaming is a big category in Nigeria, as the market, as hidden as this market is so large that even elders and young people fall under this category. They do a lot of stuffs on gaming. They spend a lot of money on, on gaming. So I see people even playing games in the office. They order these things to their offices and play part-time on the office. So this is a very big category. You can choose here. See the subcategory. There's PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 is a subcategory on its own. There are other ones that are there as well. So you have Xbox, you have games, you have console, you have a lot in that category. So you have other subcategory. You have Nintendo Switch. You have the subcategory. You have other subcategory, PlayStation. You have PlayStation 3 as a subcategory. You have other ones under it. So you also have groceries. This is a category that I see now people are now doing it big time. So there are a lot of foodstuffs coming. There's a lot of grocery companies coming in to do their thing, and a lot of people are now doing it small scale, as the case may be. So subcategory, you have the food cupboards, and you have rice. I don't know. I'm not really a food kind of person. My job is just to eat. I don't know how to cook as much as that. So you have the subcategory. You have the snacking. These ones, I don't know how these categories operate, but it's good you know that there's a category like this. I don't know if anybody can just go into this. I don't know about that, but it's good you know it exists. So there's subcategory cooking in the ingredients. You have the spice. Yes, people do this. You have other subcategory. You have beverages. You have the subcategory. You have spirits. You have wines. Yes, you have beers. I know about these spirits, wines, and beers. You have water. You have soft drinks. I think these ones you may need to have some approval to get on board on these. You also have subcategories. You have the toiletries, hair care, skin care. Yes, this category is very good. You can come in here. You see the men's grooming again. So it's actually a big category, very big subcategory. The health, the what do you call it now? The beauty category is very big. So you can you can come in if this is what interests you. You also have the subcategory laundry, where you have the detergents, fabrics, and the rest. So you have subcategory here. You have baby world, where you have babies. This is actually a big category in the Western world, in the US, in the UK. This is one of the biggest category. People spend a lot of money here. Customers spend a lot of money here, and people provide services here, so they make a lot of money in this category. So if you are a baby kind of person, women do this a lot, and they make money from this. Sit at home moms a lot go into this category, into e-commerce in this category, and they provide the service, they provide the products, and they sell on Jumia, they sell on Konga, and they make a lot of money from it. So you also have subcategory home cleaning products, dishwashing, pest control. You have another subcategory, plastics and paper products. You can see them, storage bags, disposal. People look for these things on the internet, and you'll be shocked that there are people buying it regularly. So this baby products, this is a big category. You see how it fell into two different categories. Now, baby products have subcategory. You have baby essentials. You also have subcategories where you have the apparel and the accessories. You have the feeding, you have nursery, you have the baby and the toddler toys. You have, this is the baby world is actually a very big category. You pick one, you become an authority in one, you start providing selling products in that subcategory, and you grow from there. So you have these gifts, you have the safety. As a matter of fact, these sell every weekend because people give birth in Nigeria every second or every minute. I don't know that statistics, but I know it happens. So you have the toys and games as a category. The toys and games is actually a gifting category, from what I think, and there's a subcategory also, toys and games. So it's not well defined, but it's just toys and games. You have subcategory, you have arts and crafts, you have baby. Baby keeps coming up to show that people actually look for this, and people are now more interested in taking care of their babies. So you have kids electronics, you have the learning and education. This is huge. Learning and education is really huge, for kids. So you have the sporting goods as a category. Under the sporting goods, you have subcategory. Like I said, not every category you will go into from as a beginner level, but you will graduate as time goes on. So you have outdoor recreation. This is not really selling because people are not interested as much as it is in the Western world in terms of exercising and what they call it now, exercising and physical fitness. People are just beginning to get more aware right now. So it's a big market, but not that big. Then you also have other categories. These are automobiles, books, movies, and you have the garden, you have industrial, you have livestock, you have musical. So these are other categories, and there are services here that people provide. So these are other categories that are available online. Not that profitable. Like I said, not every category is profitable. Some are more popular but not profitable, while some are more profitable than others. So you need to take your time and go through and figure out which one is important, which one is you have strength in, which one you think you can provide, and which one. So for my own suggestion, the fashion is big, beauty is big, health is big, tech is big, gadgets is big. So any of these you can go into and start from there.